outing. And here we are to hear from her. A very special guest. She has taught the world through a book. It's called Broken Wings. Broken Wings. A must read if you may. And you will find out the reason why. We're happy to invite, to re-invite and invite again Miss Marcia Skirvin to the program. She came and she was talking up a shop about the role of BH into Walk for the Cure, and the cure being the cure for cancer. And lo and behold, her story became bigger than the show, because she, just over a year ago, got that sentence of you have cancer. And her life has just been something else. And she shared it in her books, or things she didn't even have to share, she shared it. And here we are to interrogate her some more. And I want to say a pleasant day to you.
Thank you.
You have lived that anniversary. You're a survivor, a warrior, all kind of names.
Thriver.
Yes. But let's get down to brass tacks. You have written a book about your escapade, if you may. Why?
One of the things that caught me when I heard the first diagnosis, I heard the big C, I heard the word. It took every sail, every wind out of me. Making a decision, going through who to tell, what to do, those things plagued me for a good 2 weeks. And I recognized that the fact of the matter is, I was diagnosed, something is happening, and I needed to make some calls. I was not sure how to go about it. I was not sure how to feel. I wasn't sure how to respond. I was just in a tailspin pretty much. But I had something to do. And undoing, unmoving, in action, I thought, how many persons like myself is at this point and they are just confused, they are just emotionally a mess. And how do they move past being a mess? How much mothers? How much single parents? How much this? And I just had a lot of questions. And I said to myself, no, I have to document this. I have to speak about it so that persons can understand that there is a terminal illness, if you may, but there is a way around.
Yes. Help me, let me take on the book part first, because it's important that we get a lot of sales. Yes?
Absolutely.
Broken Wings by Marcia Morale
Yes.
Skirvin.
Skirvin.
What did it take for you to put out this book? When did you start writing it? Give me the pay. Were you self a publisher?
I self-published and I was on my back recovering, and I spoke to my daughter about it because she's the one who did the book design and did the artwork in the book. So kudos to my daughter.
Call her name. Call her name.
Christina James, who is a social media manager as well. She's an absolute darling. And she was the one who came up with the whole schematic of the book, the color, the whole everything inside of the book. But when I was writing the book, she said to me, okay, you can't type, because being someone who just literally just recovering from surgery, I couldn't move my hand.
Yes.
So I was on my back. And she said, you know what? Put your thoughts into words and I'll get someone to type it up for you. And she got her friend who had a journalism degree out of school, and I must say, Jeremy, he started jotting down everything that I wanted to deliver. And he would come back to me and said, is this what you want to convey? And coming back to getting my word out, because I literally could not do anything for myself. But on the recovery bed, I sat and I started to pen, and it became very clear, because it was not just about cancer, it was about recovering, it was about support, it was about finances, it was about a mental dexterity. It was so much things that came into play. My faith, because I was like, why me? I mean, I'm doing social work in Jamaica from I'm 18. I'm doing outreach, I'm doing youth at risk. Why me? I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do this. I don't have a flamboyant lifestyle. And I'm like, but why me?
Yes.
So it challenged every core of my being, both spiritually and mentally.
Yes. All right, we're going to drill down on the book before we get into the fabulous story that you have. That's fabulous in quotes, of course. So you had some, I'm sure, your daughter's instrumentality of getting your thoughts to
Yes.
paper.
Yes.
How long did that take? Give us a
It's the
sense.
fastest book ever, because it's the fastest book ever. And I tell you, sometimes when things are divinely organized and divinely so, it came together so wonderful. In 2 months, I was home for 2 months. In 2 months, the book was, we started editing. My daughter went through first edit. She went through, we read it. And in less than 3 months, the book was ready. We went back and forth with the printer to get the print right, to get the font right, because it was an easy read, and we didn't want it to be distracting. So we had to have the layout. Taylor Consulting was an input also, because they gave me some insight in terms of font and editing. They didn't want it to throw off the persons who read it.
Yes.
So it was a lot, but everything came together in less than 6 months.
Yes. And came to 6 months. The book is ready. Help us non-writers.
So-
what do you do? What is the process here?
So the book is ready, and of course, it's my first major book. I did a book of poetry, and I self-published that. Of course, it's an unknown writer, so to go to publishing, it was a little task, because persons, we only published a person who had first book already, and it was a task. I didn't get a local publisher, and somebody said to me, you don't need to have a local publisher. Go self-publish it. You have something to say, go self-publish it. I went online, I did some research, I found CreateSpace. I went on it, it said upload, and I went on that process, and the book is there.
Bingo.
Bingo!
Yeah. How's the reception been like for the book?
Oh my
about
God,
your
it's
story?
absolutely overwhelming. It's phenomenal, because the thing is, cancer is such a hush-hush in quarters. And it's something that people really don't want to talk about.
Yes, in case you get it.
Yes,
Yes,
we
you don't talk
don't want
about
to
it.
catch it. It's like a common cold.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be going out and telling people that you had this surgery done, you're suffering, you're having this illness? Why are you so happy about it? You just seem like you're overwhelmed and joyous about it. But the truth is, it is a topic that is not, it's a taboo.
Yes.
And for me to come out and talk about my experiences, and talk about the book, and talk about the illness that has ravished several families in Jamaica and still continue to do so, it was a bold step. And so persons were very receptive. They went out, my friends supported, my persons who I did not know bought the book, they tagged me on Facebook, they tagged me on Instagram, and they bought the book.
I just became your friend,
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And one of the things that drives me is that they said it's not just about cancer, and that's the thing.
That's
The
right.
book really talks about challenges, not just health.
Yes. I mean, I wanted my cameraman can pick up this book, because it's important that we know it's called The Broken Wings. It says surviving cancer and learning to soar again. No, I just like that. I like that. Learning how to soar. Because I'm going to tell you what my takeaways are from this book, because it's important that, as you rightfully say, it's not just about cancer. You can apply this almost like a template to serious
Absolutely.
decisions you have to
Absolutely.
make in life.
Absolutely.
So you have provided us, and for that we are grateful, and we thank you for that. Because we have to. So where is it available?
All right, so it is available York Pharmacy, Half a Tree, Bookophelia, Hope Road, and Fontana Barbican is in the process of restocking. Go Fontana! So make
Yes.
sure you restock. So those 3 outlets did me good. They facilitate a new writer. They were very courteous. I really appreciate. And the book went. It just literally went.
Yes. I don't hear you say a certain place where you can get it. Amazon?
Amazon
Oh,
Kindle,
come on,
of course.
Can't be
For
talking
all
about
my
self.
international and everything, and it's definitely on Amazon Kindle, so you can also get it.
What kind of price?
So the price on Amazon is about $10. The price on Amazon Kindle is about
$10 US.
$10
we're
US
talking.
dollars
Yes.
for that.
Yeah, I mean,
And the book itself locally retails for about between $2 to $5. Different pharmacy added their little extra, but
Yeah.
it doesn't pass $2.5. on a whole for that book.
Oh, the sales going. Is there
The sales are phenomenal, and I can't thank persons enough. And I guess because I love to talk. I remember my mother, God bless her soul, she would just say, you love to talk, and I get paid to talk now, which is good. so, so it's fabulous, and I promote it, and because I have a genuine love for people, I have a genuine love to see people, get to their best self. So whether it's a challenge or whether it's a life challenge or any kind of challenge, I'm always talking about it, and it leads around to something. So they're always like, where can I get this? Because you must have a book. Oh yeah, I have a book. So it's really about cancer, but you know what? You can apply it to any areas of your life, really.
Yes. I'm sure that one of the questions you asked, it tested your faith.
Oh,
And you asked why.
I did.
Did you get the answer?
I did get the answer. I went, there's a part in the book that spoke to even trying to come into terms to what has happened. I went into my car and I cried
Yes.
3 hours uninterrupted. This was 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
When all my kids were asleep, and I said, yes, I can finally let down my guard because they're all asleep and nobody's seeing me.
Yes.
So I went into my car and I cried 3 hours uninterruptedly. And I said to myself in that moment, and I asked God, why me? Because I thought I was doing everything right. I thought I was doing, on a trajectory to go to somewhere that I needed to go. Why no? And that's the reason why I have the name Broken Wings, because my wings were clipped. My wings were broken.
Yes.
How would I learn to soar again after this? And why did you put me in this position? Because I lost a mother, I lost a father, I lost a brother to this. How could I be in the line again to fight this ugly disease?
Yes. I'm gonna make you continue when we come back, because I have the answer to why not. And I'm hearing you say why not, because it was preparing you for a certain place.
Absolutely.
Our special guest, Maskia Skirvin, cancer survivor, author, and certainly inspirational. We'll be right back on Insight.